Hello. I was trying to find my button for my microphone and I just couldn't find it. I was like, what? Hi guys, how are you? It's been a little while, huh? How have you guys been? Thank you for the 2 months, Essence. Thank you for the 4 months, Milia. Thank you for the 5 months, Esla. What do I think of the Overwatch 2 announcement? I actually did not watch anything BlizzCon related. The only thing I was told was about the next raid in WoW, which I think Sylvanas is the last raid boss or something. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. But other than that, I don't know anything about what happened in BlizzCon. Thank you for the 6 months, Triscuits. And hi, Ori. Hi, Sam. Overwatch 2. Wait, so is Overwatch 2 like PvE or is it... No, sorry, PvE. PvE or is it PvP? Because I heard... Isn't it a PvE game? It has both. Oh. Interesting. Both, but mainly PvE. Yeah, I mean, they announced Overwatch 2 quite some time ago, but I think at BlizzCon they, I don't know, they probably put more information of it or something. I don't know. I assume. Yeah, I don't think any of the... I don't think it comes out this year. I think Blizzard said that nothing is coming out this year. Have I played Diablo 2 before? No, I've never played Diablo 2. I've only played Diablo 3. Thank you for the 1 year. Udante, thank you. They're remastering that this year. Oh yeah, I know a lot of people liked Diablo 2 though, or enjoyed the playstyle. So, I don't know. My Twitter name Florima based on the Pokemon town. Yeah. I thought everyone would know that, but what am I eating? I'm eating rice, eggs, and soy sauce. With sesame oil. It's like they're like one of my favorite things to eat. Eggs are bis. I agree. What time zone am I in? I'm in PST. I'm on. It's 3:54 over here. It is pretty bright outside. Hi Harsh. Hi Lexfer. More hyped than 4. I don't even know what Diablo 4 is supposed to even look like, or yeah, I don't know. I know that it's supposed to be a thing, but I have no idea. How's my day going? It like just started. I got ready for stream, or like I woke up and I felt really anxious. I mean, that happens like pretty often where I just wake up and just feel like some sort of like anxiety. Also, I don't know, whenever I sleep I don't get really good rest because my body just naturally wakes me up every now and then, so it's really hard for me to like get some well-rested sleep. So I'm usually tired. Am I a light sleeper? Yeah, I'm a light sleeper. Kumo is outside, probably chilling. Honestly, I think Haru and Kumo are almost ready to meet. Haru's been pretty good, or like he's been coming up to me a lot. Yesterday, I was on my computer. I think I was eating a hot dog, and he like came up to me, and then he just nibbled on my elbow for no reason. He just like Put his paws on my chair and nibbled on my elbow. He just looking. It looked like he wanted to come up, and I was like, "Come up here," but he didn't. He didn't jump up, obviously. So seems like he's like wanting more attention, but yeah, he just like hangs out and stuff. So it makes me happy to see the progress that he's made. So I'm like, ah, yes. Alright, don't worry about you know, what if he doesn't like me or this home? It seems like he's getting adjusted. It's pretty nice. Does he let you pet him? No. But he will come up to me when he wants to come up to me and be like, hey, I'm here. Hi, pay attention to me. But as for petting, he's not on board about that yet. You remember the last time you woke up to an alarm? You always wake before it. Yeah, I always wake up before my alarms too. I never wake up unless if I'm like dead tired and I have to wake up. I guess it depends. Like if I'm just setting an alarm because I'm taking a nap and I want to sleep a little bit, I'll probably wake up when the alarm hits. But if I have something important to do, I'll wake up before my alarm. Thank you for the 8 months, Velocity. You're sure he'll get there? Yeah, I'm sure he will too. Why the new cat though? Why not? Is there some kind of like unspoken rule where I can't have a new cat? I mean, I was just browsing through adoption pages and I thought he was really cute and he took my heart, so I wanted to adopt him. Like, why not? Hi Kiwi, hi Richard. Hi Yoshi. Would I consider getting a dog? I have a dog, but he's living with my family on the East Coast right now because he gets motion sickness pretty easily, or he can't travel because he gets car sick. So I can't imagine him in an airplane flying all the way over here. If I could, I would bring him over here, but yeah. Hi Kelvin. It's Pokemon Day next week. I didn't even know that there's I didn't even know that was coming soon, but have I tried Valheim yet? No. Thank you for the 10 months, Nevi. Thank you. What's my skincare routine? Currently I put on some Physiogel moisturizer in the morning, and then at nighttime I put on this Innisfree Orchid moisturizer. It's really good. Like, I tend to have pretty dry skin, but like if I put that moisturizer on and I go to sleep, I wake up and it still feels like my face is moisturized. Like I can feel it. And I'm like, yeah, that's a good product. It feels nice. Maybe there'll be announcements on Pokemon Day. But don't they like not announce games until like, I mean, like April to June? Then they're like, yeah, we're going to release Pokemon, whatever, if it's a remake or if it's a new mainline game. They're like, yeah. I feel like it's usually around that time, but I could be mistaken. So I feel like if you're like waiting for like a Gen 4 remake news, I feel like it'd be a little bit later in the month, but I'm not too sure. Thank you for the 26 months. It's so thank you. And thank you for the 5 months, Neon Guided. Thank you. You bet it'll happen next week? Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I haven't really been keeping up with the news anywhere recently, I think. Well, oh yeah, when is that Post Malone concert supposed to be? Is it soon, or did it already pass? I mean, I'm sure it hasn't happened already, or else I would have seen news about it. Oh, it's on Pokemon, so it's next week. I'll tune into it. Is it gonna be streamed on the Pokemon channel? Yeah, I'll have to tune in to see like what they do because I was really curious as to what he would be doing on stage. Stream is somewhere. Okay. He took that test from your Instagram story and you got sweet pink. I know one friend who got sweet pink as well. I don't know all the results, but I took it like twice. Yeah, I took it a couple times and the only ones that I got was quartz or Alice blue. So you got Shrek green from that test? Hi Kent, how are you? I wouldn't doubt it. Thank you for the 4 months retro days. Thank you. You got Oasis. I don't even, cause I know for like each color, it's like a personality test, right? So I don't know which ones are which, but yeah. Hi Tonkatsu. You hope I've been having a good day. Oh, thank you. Is that you Emma? You got the same result. You got Ocean Bay. Yeah, I've only read the things that my friends have got, so I don't know. Yes, it's me. Hi, hello. Hi, Fairy Type. How am I doing today? I'm good. I'm chilling. Well, more like yeah, I don't know. I'm like okay, like nothing in my day has happened for it to be like really good or bad yet. It's just been like I just started my day, so it's like okay. Thank you for the 13 months Panda Hat Dip. Thank you. What's my favorite Pokemon game based off music and music alone? I don't know. I mean, honestly, I would probably say like Gen 2. I really like Gen 2, but I think Gen 5 had a good soundtrack too. I think Gen 2 and Gen 5. Gen 2 because, you know, it's just nostalgic to me. And Gen 5 I think had pretty good music. Gen 3's a little too obnoxious for my taste. Like, I do like the music. Like, you know, it's very... You know, reminds me back of when I was in elementary school, but not something I would listen to. Like, I wouldn't play the Gen 3 soundtrack, you know, while I'm doing something. I like the Sun and Moon soundtrack too, but I think Gen 5 and 6 had pretty good soundtracks. I mean, I think all of the generations had good music, but if I had to think about like what generation I liked most of the soundtracks from, it's probably Gen 5. What am I eating? I'm eating rice, eggs, and soy sauce. It's like my go-to comfort meal. It's very easy to make. It just reminds me of, I don't know. Why did this go off my playlist? I know why. It's because I didn't put it on loop. Yeah, it's just such an easy meal to make at home and it just tastes good. I don't know. Like when my grandma makes this, it tastes totally, like it tastes so like 9 trillion times better. I don't know what it is, but she just makes it taste like 9 trillion times better than how I make it. Thank you for the 13 months deflected. Thank you. Made with love? I think so. Like anything my grandma makes. Like, she's a really good cook too, so I miss eating her cooking. It's very, very delicious. Hi Lily. Hi Kai. Your username is Glade, but your favorite Pokemon is always Lucario. I mean, yeah, those two Pokemon are pretty powerful. I can see what kind of Pokemon you like the fighting types, like Glade and Lucario. Probably like the stanced up, cool looking characters. Is it because she's made it many more times? I don't know. I don't know what it is, but it just hits differently. Her food is so good. It could be the most simple thing, but it tastes like the best thing ever. It's called Grandma Character Bonus. True. Like, I agree. Hi Tenchi. Why aren't I doing Pokemon Go Community Day? Cause I don't play Pokemon Go. I tried playing that game on release and I caught probably like a Paris and Rattata and nothing was around my neighborhood. So I quit. I was just like, what can I catch around here? Nothing. So it's like, you know what? Yeah, I'm not playing this game. They're trying to dub over the Metallica. Why? So they don't get DMCA'd? Is that why? Have I been playing a lot of League? I don't know if I've been playing a lot. I've been playing some Apex here and there. And some League when my friends are on. We actually played Among Us yesterday because randomly I was just like, yeah guys, let's play some Among Us. And they're like, okay. And I don't know. We played some modded Among Us. I think I got the mod. I don't know. I just like Googled it and I installed some things for them. But it was not bad. But I mean, definitely not something that I could play very often. Thank you for the sub, Sleepless Zombie. Thank you. Big Brain plays. No. It's really funny to have the Jester role because people, like, the way my friends play, it just seems like everyone is like the Jester / Joker. Like, they're the ones trying to get voted out. So everyone's like, we can't. They don't dare to vote out someone because they think that they'll win. Metallica playing their own music live and this Twitch stream had to hide it. I see. Very interesting. I hope, then I'm gonna assume the Pokemon concert isn't gonna be streamed on Twitch. Because of that rule. Or that would be really weird. Even though it's, yeah. I don't know. I don't know how it's gonna work out, but. Thank you for the 2 years, Jeff. Thank you. They said it was gonna be the Pokemon site did. Interesting. How? Wait. BlizzCon had Mamamoo live perform on Twitch. Wait, Mamamoo performed at BlizzCon? What? That's interesting. I didn't know that. When they get them to perform on perform at BlizzCon. Mega Gigantamax or Z-moves? I liked Mega Evolutions. I wish they would bring it back. I like the design of Mega Evolutions too. I thought they were pretty unique, pretty cool. A little bit more strategic. I don't know. Thank you for the sub, Jaw. Thank you. Hi guys, how are you? But yeah, I mean, I like woke up today and I was like, how long has it been since I streamed? And I saw it was like a week and I was like, oh shoot. I've been away for a while, but you know, I've been thinking. Also, I don't know what to do with my, so I ordered a new tablet because it's actually a lot cheaper than the tablet that I have now. I think that the tablet that I ordered was like $87. The tablet that I have currently is probably like $200, $300. I'm not exactly sure. And I was like, what should I do with this tablet? Well, I mean, I have to test out if I like the new tablet I got first. It's like a wireless one, so it's like it'd be more easily accessible and less of a hassle to like set up back and forth if I'm like playing games or not. And I'm just thinking, like, what if I do end up using this new tablet, like, shit. I kind of wanted to give away my old tablet because, I mean, if I'm not using it or never will after I get this new one, then, like, it's just gonna sit there or it's just gonna collect dust. And maybe, like, it would go into a better home, but I don't know if it's, like, bad to give away a used tablet. I mean, yeah, I mean, I'd rather give it to someone who would actually use it than, like, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really care about selling it. What brand is it? It's the one that I'm getting or the one that I have? Did I see that Jujutsu Kaisen won anime of the year? No, I didn't. They did? That's pretty cool. Thank you for gifting 5 subs to the moon. the sun, the moon, the sky thing. Thank you. Always good to have a backup. That's true, but I mean, I wouldn't give it until I was done. But I mean, my tablet right now is in pretty good condition. Auction it off. No. I'm not looking to like make money off it or whatever, but I would rather give it to someone who would like actually make use of it. So like if anyone like couldn't afford a tablet and they wanted one, you know. There's I can't factory reset a tablet. It's you guys are probably thinking of like a, you know, like an iPad. I'm talking about like a drawing tablet, like this thing, because you know, if I don't use it, then it's just gonna sit there. Hi Ace. Art contest. I mean, I'm not interested in receiving anything for it. I mean, I would just rather people have it, or yeah, be able to use it, but we'll see. You got an XP pen tablet. You can't factory reset. I don't think so. Can you? I don't think you can factory reset these tablets. Well, there's nothing stored on it or anything like that. I mean, it would be news to me. It is literally just to draw. Like, there's nothing else you can do with it. There's no personal no information stored on these tablets, just solely to draw on your PC. Yeah, it's like factory setting like some of your PC peripherals, like a mouse or like a keyboard. Thank you for subbing Allergic to Apples. You got an XP pen tablet for Christmas, and so you could learn how to draw, and you haven't opened it yet because you don't know if you have the motivation to learn how to draw. Well, yeah, that's the tough part. Like if you yourself don't find the motivation or will to do it, no one can do it for you, so you just gotta start somewhere. Like, you just have to force yourself. But or else it's just gonna sit there and rot or collect dust on your table or your desk, wherever you're leaving it right now. So I don't have any helpful words than just do it. Like, I mean, hey, like, I'm in the same boat. Sometimes I don't feel like drawing, and my tablet's just collecting dust on the side for like a week or so, and then I'm just like, maybe I should draw. Yeah, I should probably draw, but it just, sometimes it's hard to find inspiration. I get that. People have been having fun with the color personality tests. Yeah, I saw how some people do it, so I was like, I'll try it myself. Was interesting. Well, like, I guess since it's like translated from Korean, sometimes like the wording is kind of funky, or like some of the options are kind of more extreme. So I had to think about like, okay, like which one am I more likely to do? Hi Skag. Do I know my personality type? Yes, it's INFJ. Well, I don't know. I haven't taken a personality test in a pretty long time. It might be different now than before. I'm not exactly sure though. You're the same way with your sewing machine. I wish I knew how to sew. I wish I knew how to do anything like that. I think I would probably end up pricking myself with a needle, or like getting my hand too close. I have fears about that one. You didn't understand half of the answer phrasings? Yeah, they were a little odd. Especially like one was weird because it was like something with plans, or like your friends having plans or going on a vacation. I don't remember, and then I was like, yeah, let's I don't know, the answer was kind of weird. I wish some were both. Yeah, it's yeah. It's a very short test though. Is there anything I do to help me get inspired or motivated? Like in terms of drawing? That's a huge spoon. Yeah, yeah, I guess it's a pretty big spoon. Thank you for the 18 months, Jesse. Thank you. You work as a tailor. Wow. I've always seen like videos of people doing. Despite me like drawing, I'm not very crafty with my hands. So like anything I try to create with my hands, it just doesn't turn. It turned out like really sloppy. How often do I draw these days? I'm gonna tell you, the last time I remember picking up my tablet pen, it's been maybe close to a week. Thank you for the 10 months, Traviolio. Thank you. I haven't tried balloons, have I? No, I haven't, but I won't play it. Trust me, it's not something I would play. And I've watched a couple of my friends play it, and I'm just like, I don't know if I could sit here and play balloons. I mean, each to their own, but it's just not something for me. It seems very like mind-numbing. I said that about Among Us. Yeah, that's why I don't play. I played it once yesterday, but it's not like I'm like, yeah, this is the best game ever. I'm playing Crystal today. No, I'll play it next stream, but today I just wanted to say hi, and yeah, you know, I haven't streamed in a while, so just wanted to see what everyone was up to, basically. Will I be playing Clash? No, I will not be. Or I definitely don't feel like doing so. It just feels... I don't know. I've been pretty like tired recently. But I usually do play Clash or like whenever it's out. What if my friends need a fifth? I'm sure they could find a fifth person. It's all about practice. You handle pencils and brushes, but with the technical precision, yeah, I don't have very good precision. Thank you for the 19 months, Tarlichi. Thank you. Eternal Return or not? That's the like little. That's the game that Scar plays, right? I can't play that either. I mean, yeah, I've watched him play it, but it's not my thing. Do I still read Jujutsu Kaisen manga? Is it good? I'm very excited. I haven't checked on it for like 2 weeks or so now, but if there's a new chapter, I haven't read it yet, but I probably will soon. Thank you for the 21 months, Gino. Thank you. Did I see the most recent Nintendo Direct? No, I have not. So I think the only thing that I saw on my timeline was Super Smash news, but other than that, I don't know what has come out, or like what was on the Nintendo Direct. Read Okotsu One Shot? What's Okotsu One Shot? They added warp pipes to Oh, I saw the Mario thing or something like that. That's also something that I saw. But other than that, I have no idea. You enjoy Eternal Return? That's good. That's good. I mean, I'm not saying it's a boring game or anything like that, but it's definitely just not my my type of game, I would say. I've been having fun playing Apex, but I swear I don't know, like I'm not the gamer that I used to be. And I don't know if it's because I get tired more easily, or if it's just because I'm like not that into a game. But like after I play a couple games, I get pooped out. I don't know if you guys feel the same way, but you know, like when I was younger, I could play the same game and like queue up, you know, for like the whole entire day and not feel tired. But nowadays, it's just like after a couple, I feel worn out, and I just want to recline in my chair. So I'm just thinking, is it because I'm getting older, or is it just because it's not like exactly what I'm extremely into? You feel not getting old? Well, I mean, it's just that I'm not exactly what I used to be, you know? Apex is I mean, Apex is pretty intensive sometimes, but actually I like it more than a lot of other games. Or I'm chilling. Sometimes I'll yell in Apex because I get spooked, like, but not exactly. Oops. If a PoE League started tomorrow, you think I could grind it? No. I feel so tired. Like, my body's just so tired. I even started taking vitamins and, like, you know, because I was like, you know, maybe it would help with my energy and things like that. And, you know, I started doing some exercise. I'm still tired. But that could also be contributed from my really poor sleeping schedule, you know, because what time did I sleep last night? Or this morning? I went to sleep at like 7 or 8 a.m. So that could also be a factor in why I'm tired. You thought the blanket was a cat? Oh no, it's my blanket. I better be getting sunlight or else. Yeah, I can't assure you on that one. I haven't gone outside in it's been a little bit. What did I do all night? I was talking to my friends actually. We're just talking about. Actually, I was watching LCK. I was watching HLE versus DK, and then I was talking with my friends a little bit, and then I went to sleep. Vitamins, hope they're the gummy ones? No, they aren't the gummy ones. They're the tablets. Actually, I learned a very important life lesson to not have gummies on an empty stomach. Not gummies, sorry, vitamins. Even though the bottle says, you know, to eat with the meal. Yeah, I learned that the hard way. Good diet, exercise helps, and water. Yeah, I've been eating pretty cleanly, or that's what I want to do, because, you know, the past week, my brother really liked... Actually, I went out pretty recently, because I hung out with some friends. It was, like, on the day before Valentine's. So it's been an exact week ever since I've gone out. But, yeah, my brother really just wanted to go to McDonald's to get the Pokemon cards. So I've had a lot of McDonald's within the past week. So yeah, I was like, I want to eat cleanly. I don't want to eat any fast food, so I want to eat at home. Turns out the gummy instructions were right. Oh no, sorry, they weren't gummy vitamins. They were just like the straight up tablets, and I had it on an empty stomach, and I got really nauseous, and then I had to run to the bathroom, and then, you know, I had to throw up. But yeah, and then I was like, I see, that's why, you know, you're supposed to eat a meal with it instead of you know, having it on an empty stomach. But I learned it the hard way, and I'll never do it again. So yeah. Do I support any team in LCK? I don't know if I have like a favorite team, because my favorite team last year was DRX, and then, you know, they all split up into different teams. So I don't know. In terms of like players that I like, that I see in like clips or like their personality, I would probably say, like, I've always liked T1, or I've always liked their players. Maybe they're not doing the best right now, but I like their players. I really like Keria, and he went to T1, so I think gummies on an empty stomach is not too bad. Or, I mean, I've definitely done that one and my stomach hasn't felt bad, but what I had the other day was not so good. They have a whole year turnaround. Yeah, that's true. We have a while. We'll see. Yeah, gummies are superior. I thought yeah. You know, The tablets didn't seem too bad, but I guess. Have I been keeping up with any manga recently? No, I have not been actually. The only one that I catch up with is Jujutsu Kaisen, and it depends. Like, I always check back like every couple of weeks, I think, because if I'm going by like one chapter per week, I'm like, like I have to wait next week. It's gonna take so long. So yeah, Discord. Am I gonna try the Burning Crusade server? It's not for like class, or that's like something with the class. I don't know, something to do with classic. Well, I'm not sure what they're doing exactly, but I don't know. I'll have to see what it's about. But if it's on classic WoW, I don't do it. I only play retail WoW. I Shield 21 manga or anime? You see Peter and I rec it all the time. I personally love the manga. I think if you ask Peter, he would also say read it as well. I think I saw him reread it recently in like a screenshot or something like that. Do I still play retail? I'm not gonna be playing WoW until the next raid comes out. Which, the next raid is in the mall, or so I've heard, so sounds pretty cool. I'm excited for that, but I just, I can't play it right now because there's nothing to really do. I mean, I guess like, I'm even too lazy to log in to do my weekly, like, attempt at a mount. Thank you for the 6 months, Montekini. Thank you. You love Peter's food and manga insights. Peter has really good recommendations, actually. I think people that I trust recommendations from usually are like Peter Scara. Actually, like any of my friends, because you know, I trust their tastes. For food, I trust Arya. Arya is very good about anything she recommends. I'm like, this is good. And Celine too. Do you think you're gonna try D2 remaster? No, I don't think so. Is WoW worth getting into nowadays? Honestly, WoW is a pretty social game. Like, I got lost in it for a couple of months, and I thought it was really fun. And I would wake up excited to M+ every day, or like progress or something like that, or do part of the raid. But since I played it like on release, and now there's not much to do currently, I guess. Whatever Arya recommends and creates. Yes, exactly. Like, her food is too good. It's too broken. I love eating her cooking. I wish I could have her cooking right now. It's delicious. But then I would feel bad because I would probably always ask her to make more so I can eat more. Then she would be overworked. Thank you for the 2 months, Mythical Tacos. Thank you. Isn't D2 remastered like $60? Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, like, I'm over Diablo. I would rather just play PoE. Like, there's much more to do in PoE, but I guess if like the PoE League is, you know, not out yet or close to an end and Diablo came out, I guess people would play it. Not exactly sure. Thank you for the 6 months. Oh well, thank you. So what I'm hearing is that we're holding hands and jumping down the Maple Story hole in 2021, right? Actually, I thought about Maple Story yesterday or the day before, because I was just playing League and someone was playing Nautilus, and I was like, Nautilus, that's also a town in Maple Story, and I was like, kind of miss playing Maple Story. But you know, I only play Maple Story for a couple days and then I stop, so what's the point? How old is Maple Story now? I don't know. It's been a really long time. Go watch LCS. I actually have LCS opened on my second monitor. So if you see me looking this way, I'm looking at my second monitor to look at LCS. Every now and then. Isn't this offline TV merch? No, this is a shirt from Uniqlo. Multitasking? Yeah. What about it? Or like, yeah, sometimes I'll have like someone else's stream on the side and I like to check in on what they're like up to. Like if one of my friends are streaming, I'll just, you know, be like, what are they doing? That kind of thing. Do I gamble on the LCS games? Oh, like the channel points or whatever? Valheim is like... I think I would like Valheim if it looked better. But I can't necessarily... I watched some of my friends purchased Valheim and they were playing it for a little bit, but I think the way that your character moves, I don't know, it gives me like... I tried watching my friend's stream and it made me feel really sick, so like it made me feel really nauseous, so I was like, I don't know if I would really try this game. Like I would really have to be sold in like some point of the gameplay for me to want to get used to the motion sickness that is caused by the game, so yeah. I mean, it's good that people are enjoying Valheim, and I think a lot of people have been playing it recently. My friends all wanted to play it, but I was just like, eh, I'm okay. I think I'll stick with the games that I'm playing right now. Thank you for the 10 months fresh sushi. Thank you. Morning your relationship with first, yeah, like first person, even third person games, like WoW gave me motion sickness too, and it's not first person. Like even third person games give me any kind of game that has like some sort of camera control that is relevant to like your mouse, that it gives me motion sickness. 2D only, yeah. I do enjoy, like, I wish there was a fun pixel-ish sort of game, like, you know, I really loved Tree of Savior. It was such a cute game, it had such pretty art, everything, and then it just went, like, you know, it had so much potential, but then nothing happened. Like, that, like, those are the kind of games that I like playing. How did I play Apex? I got used to playing Apex. I think I played I started playing Apex. I don't remember why I even wanted to start playing it. I'm pretty sure I watched people play it and I thought it looked fun. So then I downloaded it. It definitely gave me motion sickness in the beginning, but I just really felt the need to play it. And then, yeah, the more I played it, I thought it was fun. So, yeah. Stone Shard is pixel turned RPG. That's pretty fun. I've never heard of Stone Shard. You heard Cuphead is a super fun and no. I mean, I know what Cuphead is. I don't... From what I've seen, it is not super fun and relax. I mean, I've heard it's fun, but I don't think it's relaxing. Do I play Apex on controller? No. But I've heard things about playing on controller like it's freaking, like, their aim assist is crazy and, like, etc, etc. I'm not exactly too sure, but... Yeah, I like playing with my mouse and keyboard. I'm not interested in playing with my controller. Yeah, I think I watched an Apex video on my, that was on my YouTube feed, and I don't know, this guy was like giving advice on like how I 1v, I don't know, he was like 1v3ing fights or something, and then I looked and I was like, yeah, this guy's pretty good aim, and then I like looked down at like the controls and I see like X, A, B, and I was like, wait a minute, this guy plays on the controller, and I was like, ah, I see. I don't exactly know how it is, but I was like, alright, and then I tuned out the video. You watch so many people stress out and rage playing Cuphead, yeah. I remember watching, who was it? I don't know, I used to watch some streamers play Cuphead when it initially came out. Is there aim assist on Apex controller? Yes, there is. Yeah, Apex is such a fun like, any game that I've played, given that I don't even play that many FPS games, like, the movement in Apex feels really, really good. I think it's probably the best BR that I've played, given that I've only played like 2 other BRs. Who's my Apex main? Well, okay, so on King's Canyon, I feel like it's very open. Like, I liked playing Octane, but then I feel like we needed Gibraltar, so I took up the role of playing Gibraltar. And every time I am playing that champion, I just, like, I'm running like, dude, I feel so slow. And it's, but I like Octane. I think Octane is fun. And, you know, I always have a person in my team that's playing Horizon, so I don't get to play her, or like, you know. Gibraltar is so, like, cause his stride, you know, is a lot, looks slower, so you just feel slower. And then I'm just like, I feel so slow when I'm running as Gibraltar. You love Gibraltar because all of his voice lines are all anti-tilt. Yeah, he's a pretty positive character. I like that. I do like repeating his voice lines. Let's get movement. Yeah, he's a positive one. I like it. No playing today? No, not today. I will next time. I'll finish Crystal next time. Or at least, you know, get past the Elite Four. I don't know if I'll finish the whole game, as in, like, you know, I'll beat all of Kanto and things like that. But, you know, maybe if I get into it, we'll see. Apex meta is so aggro right now, though. It's fun. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't been playing that much, but I see most squads are like Bloodhound, Horizon, Gibraltar, like something like a mix-up of those. I have Team Rocket stuff to do first next time. Yeah, I remember. I'm in Goldenrod and I have to go through the radio tower. It'll be fun. Maybe. I don't know exactly. Is Wraith still in meta? I think everyone prefers to play Horizon over Wraith because Horizon is so... her ulti is so annoying. Do I watch Apex tournaments? No. I haven't... I don't know if I've ever watched an Apex tournament in my life. Do I think Gen 5 actually had some bad designs like Vanillux? No. Like, Ice Cream Pokemon's fine. Like, if you look at Gen 1 designs, there's literally... Voltorb is literally a Pokeball. And, like, Magnemite just has, like, 2... Geodude is just a rock with arms. I don't know. Like, Grimer is a pile of sludge. If people have something bad to say about, like, later design in generations, it's like... You can look at, like, all the older designs and some of them are, like, really... You know? Like, if they were to be released now, people would be like, This is a... I don't know if this design is it. Thank you for the 4 months, Dark Sonic. Thank you. I have no problem with any of the Pokemon. Like, I think they're... Like, thinking about designs and just character designs as a whole, like... It's hard. If you told me to make up a Pokemon off the top of my... I definitely could not. Like, it would take me some time. So, you know what? If you have better character design ideas, maybe you should go to Game Freak and then sell your idea to them, you know? Stop roasting the Pokemon. No, I'm just saying, like, I don't have a problem with any of them, but if people are saying, like, why did they make Klefki? It's literally like keys, but it's just like Magnemite is literally like an eye with magnets attached to it, or Voltorb is literally just a ball, and so is Electrode. You know? It's like, they gotta base it off something. thank you for the sub with Prime too. Thank you. I don't know, a lot of people are like, some people are like, Klefki is such a lazy design. I'm like, oh, I think Klefki's kinda cute. They're like, yeah, why did they make ice cream Pokemon? I'm just like, what's wrong with that? They look pretty cute. Oh yeah, and then they're like, yeah, why did they make a literal trash Pokemon like Trubbish? And I'm like, well, Grimer and Muck are literally just a pile of sludge, but the evolution, like, can you think about, like, the evolution line? They literally just enlarged him, and they're like, yeah, that's a good evolution. You know what I mean? Like, Trubbish and Garbodor, you know, like, have some different, like, silhouettes and stuff, but, like, Muck and Grimer are literally just enhanced, like, large, and that's it, so... yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Grimer, but make it big. Muckface is cooler. Yeah, they literally just enlarged Grimer and made him look angry. And they're like, yes. So, I mean, like, I don't have a problem with that. Like, I think it's fine. But, like, if people are, like, roasting later gens and they're... you know, like, there are a lot of people who are like, yeah, Gen 1's the best, like, no other Pokemon generation has beat their designs, like, so flawless. I'm like, dude, like, if you just actually look at it from a non-biased standpoint, like, you know, like, the later generations were pretty creative. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I liked Gen 1. Like, I grew up with Gen 1 too, but I just think it's very, very ignorant of people to say things like that, because, yeah. Now that I think about it, Gen 1 had a lot of, like, like, their evolutions were, like, multiples of them. Like, you're thinking, like, Magnemite into Magneton, it's just, like, put two more Magnemites, or it's like Diglett, Dugtrio, they just put two more, and they're like, yeah, this is good. It's funny. But yeah, I mean, I liked their designs from Gen 1. And Dodrio, they're like, yeah, let's just add, like, you know, some more heads. So that's interesting, actually. Who designed Diglett? Was Diglett supposed to be? I think Diglett's just supposed to be a mole. And I can see it from the design, or like the nose, and like everything, but just... You have Shiny Explode on your Emerald safe, but you want to restart for nostalgia purposes. What should you do? Well, you could always play on a different... like, you don't have to play it... unless if you do want to play it handheld, then I think you're out of options. Unless if you trade it to something else. But I don't know if you have another, like... Game Boy Advanced, or... I don't know what you're using to play it right now, but... you could play it on your PC, if anything. You're using Game Boy Advance. Well, maybe you could find someone else with the Game Boy Advance, and I don't know if you have like Ruby or Sapphire. You could trade it to yourself, maybe. That's like the only thing that I can think of. If it's on your like actual game. Who the heck has a Game Boy anymore? I still have my Game Boy Advance at home. I mean, I still have all my stuff. Yeah, you would also need a link cable. I feel like you could find a link cable pretty easily online. Okay. I don't have a link cable because I had no one to trade with. Okay, you don't have to bring that out of me. I never had anything to trade with anyone because I had no one to trade with. I only played... Like, even though I had friends who played Pokemon, we never traded Pokemon to each other. The only time we would actually trade is through the DS. But with my Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, like those games, I never had link cable because I never traded anyone because I had no one to trade with. So later on, I would trade Pokemon with my brother. Like when we got Diamond and Pearl, like if you wanted something from my game, I would trade him. I actually never asked for I guess I was never interested in getting Pokemon from other games. Because if there's like a version specific, I would just get that version, you know. So, yeah. Link cable equals money. True. I hate you guys have been a lurker here. I just wanted to step out of the shadow real quick and say thanks for being... Aw, thank you, Ketchupy. That's a very, very kind message. I hope you are doing well. I don't know how much a link cable would be currently. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna go look it up too, because I don't know if it would be expensive or not. Link cable. Game Boy Advance. There you go. Boom. On Amazon, I'm gonna look it up. Oh my god! Wait, is this for new? Hold on. Okay, on eBay, it's... Hold on. Okay. I looked it up on Amazon, and it said, oh, okay. These are cheap. The, like, original Game Boy Advance link cable on Amazon is $134, but like the off-brand like whatever ones are just like $7 that I see. I just saw the Amazon price. I was like, okay, that's really expensive. But no, I'm saying like the original, like the Game Boy Advanced link cable, like the official one, not like the random ones that you can get for like $10. My favorite starter, I would say Popplio is my favorite starter. I have a lot of plushies of Popplio. I don't know, just such a cute little Pokemon. I also have this little thing. I don't know, I think I got this from the Pokemon Center, but it's just chilling in my room. This is always on my desk. He's just a happy little guy. Happy little seal on my desk. What is that thing? What do you mean? What do you mean what is that thing? It's just like a little display thing of Popplio. I don't know, just on my desk. What mic am I using? I'm using the Audio-Technica 2035, but I was thinking about getting a new mic. Because this has a lot of white noise for some reason. You're sad you missed Appleton? Me too. I actually woke up and saw someone tweet about it. And I didn't know it was coming out. I knew it was out in Japan and I really wanted it. And then, you know, it sold out in the US. So it's just like, it's too sad. I really, really wanted that plush. It's so cute. Like, that would make life... Like, waking up to a big Appleton plush, life size, would just make life better every single day. And got a new mixer. That sounds great. That's good. I think my it honestly might be my mixer than my microphone, because this mixer that I have is kind of like a really dingy one. So yeah, maybe I could look at it instead. I don't know. Did I prep my luggage for the Pokemon Center? Yes. I brought a really big suitcase. I actually packed quite little for Japan. I just came with mainly an empty suitcase. Like, I did put some clothes and, like, you know, things that I needed, but I was like, if I need anything, I'm just gonna buy it there. So that's how I went when I went to Japan. It was pretty nice, actually, so I came back with a lot of things. How long was I in Japan? I think I was in Japan for 2 weeks. So 1 week I stayed in Osaka the first week, and then the second week I stayed in Tokyo. And I liked staying in Osaka better because there's just more to see and more to do. Like when you stay at Tokyo, I mean, there's just the city, and that's about it. But Osaka's more, there's much more to see, and like I guess you could travel to other places. Thank you for the 11 months, Community Bump, and thank you for the sub with Prime Rainfall. Thank you. Did I feed the deer? Yes, I did go to Nana, and they were pretty aggressive. Especially the deer at the front. But I understand that because, you know, that's like where when they start selling the cookies and they're like, yeah, this is like, I know I'm gonna be fed. Like, you better hand that over, you know? They're pretty, some of them are pretty aggressive, and they'll actually like bite your shirt and like pull on it. Like, if you have something, they'll like chase you and they're like, give me. And then I was like, when I was there, some of the kids were just like screaming and like mildly terrified of the deer chasing them because they had stacks in their hands, and I just thought it was the funniest thing. Yeah, I was like, these deer really know how to live it up. Did my clothes get ruined? No, I mean, one deer did tug on my shirt, but I mean, I didn't really care. But I just thought it was funny because, I mean, it's kind of sad in a way too, because they just resort to that. But yeah, I mean, honestly, it is a cool experience, but you know, there's a lot of poop on the floor. That's also what I remember. There's a lot of poop everywhere. If you go to Nara and you go to feed the deer, I mean, at the front, I think there's probably a good amount of deer poop everywhere. Because I mean, yeah, they're just being constantly fed in the front anyway. Landmines, basically. Did I toss my shoes? No, I mean, I didn't step in the poop, so I'm fine. But I mean, like, it's not like legitimately like flooded with poop on the floor. It's just like, you know, every now and then, like, if you look on the floor, like, you'll see it. You don't want to go to Japan now. I mean, that's just like one specific very touristy area, and that's only in the front usually. Just don't go to feed the deer and you'll be fine. Everywhere else, a lot of other places in Japan is so nice. If I had to recommend one place to go to in Japan, it would be to go to Kobe, because every time I think of the meat that I've ate in Kobe, it makes me drool. Like, talking about it now, like, I could start drooling thinking about it. It's so good. Like, I promise you, if you go have meat there, it's really, really, really good. Good morning. What song is this? It's an Ace Attorney theme song. It's the Turnabout Sisters theme. Have I had Gyukatsu? Yes, Gyukatsu is so good. You know, I miss being... Once everything hopefully eventually gets better, I want to travel. I want to go to Japan and Korea. I was talking about this last night too. Dotonbori is pretty good. Yeah, I loved being there. That's why I liked being in Osaka. It's really nice to just, like, you know, walk around and see everything. There's so many things you can check out. Thank you for the sub. I got you. Thank you. There's Gyukatsu in LA. I didn't know that, but... You've been to Japan and London, now you're planning for Australia. Sounds pretty nice. Did I think about going to Cat Island? I've seen, like, pictures and videos of it, but I don't know if I would go there. I know it's a very small island, I think. Everything, like, I just miss being able to, like, walk out or, like, get street food. Street food is really good. And everything's so nice. Like, convenience stores are just so OP in Asia, I feel like. Thank you for the sub with Prime Rocket to Smash. Thank you. Like, I'm just thinking, like, I would just go to, like, the Japanese convenience stores and get, like, an egg sandwich all the time. Those are so good. I swear it's It's built different over there. Like the bread is like nice and fluffy, and the eggs are just, it just tastes so good. I haven't, yeah, but I haven't been to Korea in a very, very long time because, yeah, I've only visited there once ever since I moved to the US, and that was in 6th grade, so it's been a really, really long time. Don Quixote generally has everything. It's alarming. Yeah, like it's huge too, and I could sit in there for like an hour. Honestly, it's I don't know. I mean, probably it would be different if I probably lived there, but you know, visiting there, I was just like, I could stay in here for a really long time. Japan 7-Eleven, yeah, 7-Eleven in Japan is just like, it's so good. Everything just tastes pretty nice for it being like if I think about the 7-Elevens here, I mean, I do like the taquitos from 7-Eleven in the US, but anything else I'm just whatever about. Like the things that you can like take off, like get off the shelves, I would not bother, but in Japan, I think almost anything I would take off the shelf and eat. 7-Eleven hot dogs aren't bad. I also agree with that. But I think usually the bread is kind of not good. Or it's like kind of tough. How much did it cost to go to Japan roughly? I don't know. Sometimes if you're like looking at flight prices, I guess it also depends on where you live. I think when I went to Japan, the ticket cost like 600 something, because we're just, me and my friends were like actively looking, and I think 600, like 680, 650 is like not too bad. Sometimes it can be really expensive, but like if you're looking out on the prices and just, I think if you don't go on like popular months or like popular times when people travel, it would definitely be a lot less too. So I don't know, like you just have to be actively looking, I suppose. But yeah, it depends. Yeah, it was like 680 for a round trip, I think, something like that. I was like, ooh, not too shabby, really. But you just have to, I went like in June, I think. If you want it, I think it'd probably be like more expensive, like if you go to see like the cherry blossoms or something like that. It'd probably be more expensive during that time, but if there's like nothing really going on, it'd probably be a bit cheaper. Isn't June a popular month for travel? Not to Japan apparently. I don't know. But I did purchase it with like many months in advance. It was like, I remember celebrating my birthday in Japan at least, so it was at least like mid-June-ish. Yeah, it's always good to look for your flights like many months in advance, so you know you can get the best deals. Too hot for you? Yeah, I mean, I think that's why it's also not that expensive during the time, because it's freaking hot over there when it's summertime. Thank you for the 3-month sea blast. I really do want to go to Japan more in the winter. I really want to visit Hokkaido. That's one of the places that I've really been wanting to travel to. Korea's still hot in the summer, yeah. The time that I did visit Korea, it was also in the summer, and it was so hot, and like what felt worse is like it's raining and it's hot. That's like gotta be the worst combination. Because if you're like outside and it's hot and it's raining, you just feel so... You feel so gross. You just feel so nasty and like... I'm okay with humidity. I'm not a fan, but I mean, I lived on the East Coast, so I'm used to it, or I was used to it. Every time I actually go back to the East Coast now to like see my parents, I'm just like, dude, it's so hard to breathe here. Like, it's so humid. Where would I go in Korea? I don't know. I don't think I exactly have places that I want to be in Korea, but I think visiting my family would be nice. All my family lives in Incheon, so I'd probably just stay around there. Like, if I did want to go somewhere else, it wouldn't be too hard, because, you know, everything's relatively close by. Jeju sounds nice, but... Yeah, if I went with my friends, I'd go to Jeju Island, maybe. But if I were to go by myself, then I would just stay around my family. We were in Seoul in the summer and we literally just went to the store in the middle of the day and bought a new shirt because sweaty. Yeah, it gets pretty bad. Like, it gets pretty humid. I mean, Jeju is pretty popular, or like, yeah, a lot of people like visiting there. Very touristy place, I think. But I mean, it's nice. Given that I haven't been there myself, but from what I have seen, it looks very nice. Did I ever go to Vietnam? I wouldn't see why not. Like, yeah. My mom actually visited Vietnam not too long ago. I think my mom went to like Vietnam and Singapore, and I don't know, she went on vacation with her sisters like 2 years ago. She just sent me photos and I was like, wow, she's eating good. Must be nice. Music's from Diamond. Yeah, it's from 4th Gen. It's the Route 209 music. One day you'll go to Seoul to see a Blackpink concert through Destiny. Yeah. I hope you get to do that. Do I like California? California's pretty nice, but like the weather in the Bay Area, I do really enjoy, but I feel like I miss seeing weather. Like, that's how I feel most of the time. I was really heavily contemplating moving out of California, but it's kind of hard to move right now, I feel like. Or, well, I was thinking I wanted to live in Washington for like a year, but I don't know if I'll do that. We'll have to see. I think California's nice. There's a lot of stuff to do, but I just miss seeing like nature and I don't know, weather. I mean, given like, yeah, some areas right now are the weather's really funky and you know it's a little extreme, like in Texas, but I just miss seeing, you know, or like experiencing different types of weather, even though I don't go outside that often. It's just something that I've been used to my whole life, so it feels really off when I don't have that. You've never seen the leaves fall until you moved back to upstate New York, and so pretty you're never going back. Did it snow a lot in Virginia? It snowed every now and then, but I wouldn't say it snowed a lot. But everyone does say like Washington's really rainy, but I like the rain. I'm personally a fan. And they're like, no, you won't enjoy it. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I won't live there permanently, but I feel like living there for like a year wouldn't be too bad. When you travel a bit around the US, the weather does get to you. You're too used to the California sunshine. Well, you know, sunshine to me. I mean, I don't really go outside. Okay, ever since living here, I don't really have a good view of like outside. Like the thing that I see next, like if I look through my blinds, I just see like another building. Like I don't really see much of anything. So it's like I don't see much of like there's no like direct sunlight either. So it just I don't know. Unless if I actually like go outside, step outside of my apartment, which is not very often. So you see now why I miss nature. Yeah, I just miss being like I just miss seeing things and you know. But I think the nice thing about living here is things are a lot more closer and it's a lot more convenient, I would say. Like if I have to walk or like if I need to get something, I could probably walk there and come back home, you know? Like I don't have to drive, but I guess it's a bit of a trade-off. Yeah, like ultimately for me, where I want to settle down or live is a more quieter area. That would be my ideal situation. When's the last time I drove? Oh my goodness, probably the last time I was on the East Coast. I get too spooked to drive over here. Or like it's my brother's car, so he does driving. I drive when I'm back home, like on the East Coast, but I don't like driving where I get scared to drive over here. If Pokemon were real, what job do you think I would have? I would be a Pokemon breeder. Or a daycare lady, 100%. Like, I could see myself being a gym leader, maybe, but if I had to think of like a regular job, it would probably be like a breeder or a daycare lady. I think I would really like being a daycare lady, just taking care of your Pokemon when, you know, their trainers are away. Thoughts on the last Jujutsu Kaisen episode? I haven't caught up with the anime. I've read ahead, but I haven't watched it. I like leaving episodes to binge watch. East Coast, what state? I lived in Virginia when I lived on the East Coast. Yeah, I don't know. I think what scares me the most, like here, whenever I see people drive, like sometimes people just cross, and like sometimes you don't see them, and I just get so spooked. I'm like, I think driving around here would give me a heart attack. So, because like where I used to live on the East Coast, it wasn't very common, but like people just like legitimately like just dash across the road and it just gives me a heart attack. So, yeah, I would not want to deal with that. Thank you for gifting a sub to Austin, Ryan. Thank you. Have I watched WandaVision? No. Good night, Joa. No, driving's kind of stressful, honestly. Isn't there a pretty significant Korean community in Virginia? I think the two places that are more populated, it's like Annandale and Centerville, I believe. Like, there's a lot of Korean restaurants or like stores or yeah, just like a Korean community around there. But yeah, I mean, yeah, every time I go back, I'm like, huh, a lot has changed since when I've last been here. It's kind of surprising. Or like, yeah. There's a lot of like pretty decent Korean cafes in Annandale that I used to like going to. Driving in New York City would give me a heart attack as well. It's so chaotic, hectic. Every time I visited there, I'm just like, spooky. But I did like going to New York in the wintertime because it was very festive, especially around Christmas. You feel like you're always in someone's way in New York City? Yeah, that's how I feel too. Would I ride a motor? No. Motorcycles horrify me. Even though they look really cool, you know? Just the possibilities of being on a motorcycle and the casualties that could happen, it is pretty spooky to me. I get so anxious when like people on motorcycles weave between cars. When I watch them do that, I'm like, you know, you know, they know what they're doing, I suppose, but it just makes me really anxious. Thank you for the 8 months now, Monty. Thank you. Yeah, it definitely is a GG if you mess up. So yeah, you know, I just hope they know what they're doing. Was I nervous on my driving test? Yeah, I mean, the lady would just. I remember my first time taking the driving test, like, the lady would yell at, she was yelling at me, and I was like, oh my god, like, what did I do? She was really cranky, and it was making me really nervous. I don't know. She just wasn't having it that day, and I was like, what did I do to you to deserve this yelling? I mean, like, yeah, it sucks to work at the DMV, man. Like, you know, you're just there, but so early in the morning and just... It must be a hassle, but still, like... You know, you don't have to yell at someone. I feel like everyone in Virginia drives pretty slow, which is pretty chill. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Sometimes I would go to the DMV with my mom when I was really young, and I'd be bored out of my mind. Actually, I was probably playing Pokemon, or like a console, like handheld console game while I was there, but I'd just be like, Mom, why do you have to be here? It's so boring. Driving Washington DC is a pain, especially parking. I haven't been in DC in quite some time. More like, why do I have to be here? It was probably because I know I always go to the grocery store with my mom, so that's probably why. She's like, yeah, let's go to DMV and then go to the grocery store. I'd be like, okay, and then I'm like, well, yeah, I don't know. I always liked going to the grocery store with my mom, so there's a trade-off. My mom is fine. She would leave me at home. I don't think she ever cared or like ever worried about me being home alone, but I would just voluntarily want to go to the grocery store because I just wanted to see what snacks I wanted to eat and be like, can I have this? Pretty sure I'd be like, Mom, can we buy this? So yeah, that's probably why I followed her to the grocery store when I was younger. Have I done a chips tier list? Chips? Chips. Yeah, I did. I did like 3 streams ago, or two or three streams ago. It was pretty recent, actually. And yeah, I think I was playing Pokemon Snap during that day too. So if you want to see my chips tier list, it's probably in that video. I had some people disagree, you know. We can agree to disagree on our opinions, but you know, Everyone's opinions are their own. I've done a chip tier list twice. Have I? I thought that was like the only one that I've done. My mom would always trick me to go to the shop saying she would get me something and I would end up with nothing. Oh no, that's so sad. If my mom said that to me and she didn't get me anything, then I would just be like, why did you lie to me? Where's my part of the deal, huh? And I would not let it go until she would give me something back. Thank you for subbing with Prime, Andre. Thank you. I should rank all 800 Pokemon. I think I will fall asleep ranking all 800 Pokemon. And I don't think I have it in me to do that either. I don't think I could even rank a full generation's worth of Pokemon. It seems too hard. I mean, if there's like a... Like, I could attempt to do it, but I don't know if I have it in me to like... Sounds like I would just pass out during it. Each video is only like 20 minutes. 20 minutes. I guess 20 minutes not too bad. What about a trash your Pokemon list? No. That would stir up some like... I would never do that. That would create some unhappy people, I feel like. Thank you for the 3 months, Chris's. Thank you. That's the funny part. I don't know if I can handle the heat. That's the thing. You think that there's a website to rank Pokemon that you just click on pictures and stuff? Oh, yeah, there probably is, I think. Coughing worst Pokemon change your mind? How about I suggest you Hypno? Like, what do you think about Hypno? Spinda. I mean, I feel like a lot of people are like, oh, Spinda's so cute, but then like every time I hear the or like whatever cry it does whenever I run into it while I'm going to Fall Harbor Town, it just sets something in me on fire, and I just like, I'm just trying to cross, like, get out of my way and we won't have a problem. All these Spinda haters. Okay, I just think it's a little bit, it's just in my way. That's all. Yeah, when I'm looking for the Skarmory in the patches of grass, and I'm just met with a dizzy little like bear, just, you know, that won't get out of my way and just keeps peering and crying in my ears. Just, yeah. Think about all this cool Spinda patterns. No. Someone has had to collect all the Spinda patterns, or like have caught them all, because they're just crazy like that. I'm pretty sure there's someone in the world. Dragonfly Cave. You're telling me to Google a virus. Pokemon Ranker. Okay, here it's on the first one. Favorite Pokemon Picker. But that's just like, it's just like from a couple. Oh, so it's just like a process of like elimination. Should I do this? I mean, it kind of sounds interesting. Like, I'm kind of down to do that. Oh, but like, what if I'm torn between specific Pokemon? Keep her back. Whoever said coffee is the worst, I respond with male combing. But okay, then what about male Salandit. Like, I guess if you have like a gender evos, I guess you could just say that. Is male Comey shouldn't be. Doesn't look bad. Let's see. Male Comey. What's wrong with male Comey? Alright, how do I show you guys this? Yeah, it's Pokemon ranking time. If I can get this. Yeah, that's good. I'm really good at this thing. Wait, what? Properties. Boom. Okay. Is this how I just do it then? What song is this? It's a MapleStory background music thing. But yeah, since you guys wanted me to do this, or someone suggested me, I guess I will. But let me take a bite out of this first. You know what I do this? It's dragonflycave.com. I'm not the person who made the site, so... Is it really a big spoon? I mean, I guess. Larger than the average. That first sip of like soda. Okay. Is there a dark mode on this site? Oh my god, there is. Saved. Okay. Now we're not blinded. Okay. I see a good favorite in mind. I think I would pick this one. Pick Boom. Lycanroc, Vaporeon, or Swinub or Dugong. I can pick more than one? Oh, I thought I was only limited to one. Okay, okay. Not too bad then, if I can select multiple. Okay. Oh my gosh, Drillbur. Probably these two. Please click the Chimico. It's too late. What's the website name? It's called dragonflycave.com/favorite. Oh, it's so cute. Gardevoir. I can undo. It's too Serena's a queen. Corsla's a cutie. Phoebus, I have like some odd attachment to just because, you know, like raising it from a Phoebus to melodic. I kind of just, oh, I love her Bombi, so cute. Yeah, I guess I'll just put it in there. Hi Dragon and Scissor, please. Yeah, you can see that my tastes kind of differ with your guys. Torchic, Rowlet is very cute. Gallade is cool. This one's kind of cute. But would I pick it? Nah. Oh, I love Houndour. I love Swallow as well. I like Sneasel. I don't really like Poplio's here. Yeah, and that's next. I really like Breloom, and I kind of like Beautifly. I love Appleton. Appleton's so cute. Look, Appleton and Snorlax are like, they do this on purpose. I do like Dragonite. I love Latias. I don't know if I would put Suicune in there. I like Goodra. Lurantis, I don't like because it really gave me a tough time when I was playing through Sun and Moon because I refused to catch any other Pokemon and I was just playing through with, I started with Poplio. Pick Drifloon. Oh, Drifloon's here. I didn't even notice it. I love Primarina, Meganium. Decidueye's pretty cool. I like Aerodactyl. Delcatty was like my favorite Pokemon when I was like I don't know when Gen 3 came out. But I don't think right now. My tastes have changed a little bit. I like Nidoqueen. I'm not picking the Toad. As much as he screeched for me in the DLC, I don't know. I don't know if I'm a fan of the Toad. Oh, Frostlass is here. Cupcake is so cute. Arcanine. Cutiefly. Next. I don't like Ditto. Okay. Between you and me, Ditto is more of like my business partner, you know? We're not like good friends or anything. Ditto is just like he's my good business partner when I need to get some shinies. Or like, you know, I'm looking for that Pokemon with the, you know, the right amount of the perfect IVs. Phanpy's really cute. I always liked Surskit as well. Yeah, and I do like Wailmer. Wailmer's a little goofy looking guy. Phanpy is cute, but never use Phanpy too much. Flygon, of course. Oh, they put Mareep and Fluffy. Jingling's kind of cute. but I wouldn't put it in there either. Zora is okay. I like Banette. Okay, let's go next. Sylveon. Xerneas. I really like Xerneas, actually. It's one of my favorite legendary designs. Yeah, and that's next. Metapod. Nosepass. I like Azumarill. I think Hunter's pretty cool. That's about it. Mile. Bulbasaur. And that's the next. Gumi. Corviknight's kind of cool, but I don't know if I would put it in like one of my favorite Pokemon. I'm trying to narrow it down because I know I'll have a lot of choices to go through later on. Oh yeah. How do I make this? Thank you for subbing with Prime Summers. Thank you. How do I fix this? I can change my sprites to shiny ones? Where? Options? Shiny mode. Boom. Oh yeah, look at that. I think the only thing that I would pick is, I'd pick Gumi. Gumi's so cute. Okay. Togekiss. I do like me Sobble. There's a lot from this list that I actually like, I suppose. Melodic, Latios. You guys are gonna hate me for not picking Totodile. Oh yeah, Spinda, that's a good one. I do like me Salamence. I like Furret. And yeah, I think that's about it. Gyarados because he's a trooper, and I don't know if I would pick anyone else from this list. I kind of like Grumpig. I like Spoink, actually. Spoink is really cute, but yeah, that's next. Ugh. Okay. Do you guys like... I like Whiscash. I don't know what it is about Whiscash, but... he just looks so funky. Thank you for subbing with Prime Photon Night. Thank you. A Whiscash? Whiscash is just here to have a good time. I like I like Dragapult. I like Grovyle. This Machop looks like he's about to like give me a bro fist. Yeah, I think that's about it for this one. Some Smash. He's about to give me a fist bump, yes. I like Sandslash. Ooh, Houndoom. I think the Flabébé is pretty cute. Stuffle's too adorable. Azuriel looks really displeased in this photo. I definitely wouldn't pick this little edgy kid. Yeah, that's next for me. Stuffle's such a cute little bear. Mischievous, love it. Aurora's, sure. Ooh, it's pretty cute. Gengar. Bidoof. Oh yeah. And Sunfisk. Yeah, these are some good Pokemon in here. Cubone. Love Cubone. Froakie. I do like me Froakie. No. Yeah. I like Pachirisu. I like Sableye. Why does Sunkern look like that? I think this is good enough. I'm halfway down. Oh yeah, I am kind of halfway done. But then, doesn't it keep going? No, like the photo of Sunkern, he looks so like googly eyed. Like I know what Sunkern looks like, but it looked too happy to be here. I like Snorunt. Aggron. Feel. Not Pupitar. Heracross? Heracross is okay, but I don't know if I would pick Flapple. Honestly, I kind of forgot that Flapple was red. Maybe I'm just used to seeing like a shiny version, so I just think it's green. I think I'm gonna skip this list actually, or skip pass. Ooh, I love Drampa. Drampa's one of my favorite Pokemon. What the freak is this? Oh, it's the freaking... I don't know. I never got to it though. I like Jolteon. Larvitar, easy one. Aegislash is one of my favorite Pokemon. Jirachi's cute. Togetic is kind of cute as well. Larvitar was such an annoying... yeah, it's kind of a brat, but I liked it. I thought it was cute. I know all you guys like this Pokemon, but I'm gonna skip over it. I passed Pikachu? I don't even remember seeing Pikachu. Oopsie. Lapras, one of my favorite Pokemon. I like Seviper as well. Yeah. Skarmory. Dreepy. Litwick, Umbreon, Komala. Komala's so cute. Look at the shiny version of Komala. His little tree stump is pink. Like how cute is that? Anyway. Oops. I need to repick all of this. I think these are the ones that I picked. I like Shuffle too. Okay. ProZD hates, he doesn't like Komala. Komala's so cute. Cause it's just a koala, but it's a cute little koala. Ooh, Lugia. I like Ivysaur. Scyther's pretty cool. Honestly, Boulder... Or not Boulder, Gigalith is pretty cool. Frostmoth. Swampert okay. Dragonair. I'm whatever about Eevee, honestly. Chinchou? I mean, I already picked Lantern. Going next. I do like me the Tree Boy, and I like Trapinch. Yep. Absol's pretty cool. I do like Staraptor. Bayleaf is super adorable. I wouldn't put Absol in my favorites. I did like Absol a lot when Gen 3 first came out though. Kecleon, Grookey's very cute. Trico. I do like Trico. I think Salazzle's a pretty cool Pokemon. Oh, Deerling is so adorable. Greninja. One of my favorite starters. Mimikyu. Yeah, that's about it. Snom is cute. I do like Espeon, but I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite Pokemon. Luxray's okay. I like Metagross. Cyndaquil, Sudowoodo. Sudowoodo is not exactly up there, but he gets a runner-up medal. Teddiursa is very cute as well. Are there repeats now? Oh, now I can see, like, these are things that I've picked before, so it's getting hard now. Now it's gonna be harder to do this. Wow. Okay, let me think. I definitely pick Altaria, Drampa, Greninja. That's the three I would pick, I think. Even though I like Sableye and Staraptor a lot. I mean, I guess I could just pick some. Lapras. No, I didn't pick Ferrothorn. I think it's weaving, like, some Pokemon haven't shown up yet, and I think it's, like, weaving some random Pokemon in here as well. Because, like, the past one that just came up, like, I never picked some of them either. It's excited. Ooh, there's a lot of Pokemon in this list. I just want to like highlight everything, you know? I do like a lot of these Pokemon here. It's pretty hard. This one's a little easier, I think. If I had to pick a couple from these, it would definitely be these few. Primarina. Sylveon. Honestly, Sylveon's pretty... I mean, I like it, but it's not like up there for me. I like Melodic, Tyranitar, Houndoom. I don't know if I would put Lanyas in the mix. Did I forget the whole Pikachu from McDonald's? No. We never got one. Dragapult? Noivern. Appleton. I don't know if I'd put Lycanroc in there. Eight choices, yeah, it eliminated so many. Oh, now we're getting down to business. Like, I can only pick a couple. Lugia? But what if I, like, picked everything? Then it wouldn't eliminate anything, right? This is a hard list. I want to select everything here. Okay, I'm narrowing it down. Wow. Okay. I think Drop is pretty cute. Oh, there's so many dragon Pokemon here. Huh. I like these Pokemon so much, actually. Can I pick all, like... Throw Metagross hat? Okay. Ooh, this is such a rough, like... I would pick the top three, maybe not the... I mean, I think Dragapult is really cool and I love Houndoom, but I like these three so much. Oh my god, it's down to 3 Pokemon. That's so hard. Wow, I really like all 3 of these Pokemon. I think it's a toss-up between these two. I don't know. I think, yeah. Maybe I can just... Oh, this is really tough. I think these 3 have to be like... At least Lapras and Lugia are... They were like my favorite Pokemon of each gen. So... This one is a really hard toss-up between these two. Hmm. And Latios is probably one of my favorite Pokemon in Gen 3 as well. Just pick all three? I guess I really like blue Pokemon. What if I just picked all three? Okay, okay. Oh, this is so hard. Look at how cute they are. I do love me Appleton. Poplio's my favorite starter, but isn't my favorite Pokemon. I'll pick one. I'll pick Appleton. Ooh, Froslass or Skarmory? Oh. Huh. Which one do I like more? If I were to make a Pokemon team, who would I use? Or who would I be more likely to use? Probably Skarmory. Okay. Appleton or Altaria? I mean, I like both of their shinies. They're pretty cute. I'm gonna pick the apple. Ooh, that's Lugia for sure. Lugia's my favorite. Ooh, Lapras or Primarina? I think I have to go with Lapras. Lapras is like my all-time favorite of everything. Melodic or Latios? Wow, you guys all like Melodic more than Latios. Who wants Colgate toothpaste Latios? Excuse me. I think that is a very nice mint color on him. See, but like when you think about Latios, you guys ever watch Pokemon Heroes and how much of a homie he was? Like, you know, like Latios just like. If I were to choose in between these two Pokemon to have as mine, I would honestly probably pick Latios. Even though I love Melodic or Milotic, however you guys want to pronounce it, I think I would pick Latios because I think Latios just. It's cooler. Okay. I love Skarmory and all, but I think Lugia is like hands down one of my favorite Pokemon, so I think it'd probably be Lugia. I love birds. Okay, now this is like Lapras is like my all-time favorite. So if I put this in the same situation, which Pokemon would I rather have? I don't know. So like Latios, he could fly me everywhere. Lapras, I could sail wherever. Will I really be going near the water? But then I think Lapras is more of my favorite than Latios because Lapras is just like, look at how nice it looks. I don't know, just something about Lapras has always stuck out to me. Am I scared of heights? No. Appleton or Lugia. Appleton is like the little Pokemon I want to bring home back to my parents, you know? Like, hey mom, look at what Pokemon I have. Just a cute little apple pie Pokemon. Lugia is the type of Pokemon I want to go out on an adventure with. So I feel like, as much as I would love Appleton, I would probably have to pick Lugia because Lugia's just that much cooler. I'm sorry, Mr. Apple. Now this is a hard toss-up between my favorites. Of course it comes down to this. Yeah, Lugia versus Lapras. This is I gotta weigh all my options on who would I pick. Yeah, this is World Finals, my edition. Well, Lugia can swim too. Lugia's cracked. Yeah, how cool is Lugia? Lugia has a song. You guys are just pushing me to... You guys are peer pressuring me to pick a Pokemon. Is this your guys' choice? No, it's my favorite Pokemon picker, not yours. So let me do the thinking. His song literally came on. It actually just did. That's actually really funny that the song decided to come on during this time on Shuffle. He's saying pick me. It's destiny. I mean, I do like the song. Lugia paid off the YouTube algorithm. Lugia will accidentally... But like... Lugia is my sub badge. So is Lapras. Lapras is also my sub badge. Lugia looks like, hey, hug me? Does that really look like he wants a hug? He looks like he's ready to throw some hands, if anything. Lugia's definitely more capable. Like, Lugia could do a lot of things, like go underwater, you could fly. Lapras is kind of chill, you know. Lapras got a dump truck and it's looking back at it. I think that's its tail, if anything. I can have Yeah, Lugia can talk, or like, you know, telepathically communicate. Neither of these are your favorites, it's still a hard choice between them. If I just like do this and close my eyes and stop. Riding a Lapras doesn't look comfortable. Lapras would be more of a friend, and Lugia would be more of like a... And Lugia's more of like a Chad. Well, Lugia's pretty wise, actually. I mean, if you've watched the movie, it's a very wise Pokemon, so... Wait, you on this picker the Drifloon? I did pick Drifloon, but it definitely got, we're to the last two, so... Those died. I'm sorry. I didn't want to. I didn't want to have to do it, but I had to. I think in more situations, I think I've thought about it and I've decided on the one that you know, I must make a decision. And I think I've come to that decision. And it has to be Lugia. Oh, wait. That wasn't even the end. But anyway, we're still going. It's gonna be Lapras and Lugia again, and then I just have to think about it again. Be like, Isn't there 2 left? Yeah. Do I pick my apple friend or do I pick the Lapras? Yeah, what is this? It's gonna just turn into... Honestly, I pick Appleton over Latios. Found favorites. Oh, here are my found favorites. Ah, so it's just gonna keep doing that. All this build up for what? Yeah, I thought I was down to the last 2. Oh, this is choosing my 4th favorite. Okay, okay. Thank you for the 10 months, Yontron. This is actually tough for me, because I like both of them. Altaria is so much better. I do love Altaria, but I do love Melodic as well. I mean, I definitely spent more time in my games getting Melodic over Altaria, but I did like... It was always a pain in Gen 3. I would get Altaria, like leveling Swablu. What are these? No. Where did those come from? Out of nowhere. It has more to add to the cooldown. I see. Interesting, interesting. They wanted a home. Well, they came to the wrong place because there's no home to be found. Please pick Macargo. No, I can't. It's just gonna bring it down to these 2 again. I'm pretty sure. Taking... Okay, you know what? This is good enough. This is good enough. I've done enough already. I have my top 6 Pokemon. Mainly from Gen 3, actually. From Gen 3. My favorite is from Gen 2 and 1. Popplio. I mean, I like Popplio. It's like my favorite starter, but it's not like my top favorite Pokemon. All yeah, I do like dragons a lot too. Team Blue. Yeah, Team Blue with a little bit of green right here. Little green boy. Glad to see Appleton up here. Yeah, Appleton is a really cute Pokemon. Bye, Banya. You need a drawing of you and your top 6 Pokemon? You think you would? Maybe I could. Maybe when I get my new tablet. You ended up with Yanma as your favorite? The good old Pokerus spreader. Nice choice. I don't think I've ever gotten Pokerus naturally in my games. My brother has gotten it, I have never. And then I've just gotten Pokerus off my friends, off trading. Yanma's Pokerus? Yes, originally, if you run into Yanma in like the 2nd gen, and you try to like heal up your Pokemon, they would be like... Yeah, like if you get into combat with Yanma, that's like the only way you could get Pokerus in Gen 2. And then like, you know, if you go to Pokemon Center and you try to heal it, and then it'd be like, oh my goodness, your Pokemon has been infected with Pokerus or something like that, so... Yeah. You did not know that. Today you learned. It's definitely like an older thing, but yeah. Or I'm pretty sure that's the case if I'm not mistaken, which I'm pretty sure I'm remembering correctly if anything. Gengar's a cool Pokemon, I agree. Did I break my old tablet? Oh, no, I did not break my old tablet. I just got a new tablet because I wanted a tablet without a wire, or like something I could use wireless, so... Because for me, it's a freaking hassle to like arrange my tablet cord, and it really annoys me every single time I like put it away or like take it out to use, so... What tablet did I get? I got an XP Pen tablet. I just wanted to try it. It was like 80 bucks. You know? I mean, I've seen like people use it, not for review, of course. It's like people like willingly using it themselves, and they liked it, so... You love your Intuos Pro? I mean, it's nice, but I just wish the wire wasn't so like... I guess my setup isn't that great for wires. It's just like wires everywhere, and you know, if I really did care about wire management and stuff like that, it would probably be nicer. But I don't. So yeah. What is this? Oh, it was a Pokemon rating thing. So these are my top 6 favorite Pokemon. And that just happened for whatever reason. That was, you know, I was really in like turmoil picking between Latios, or sorry, Lugia and Lapras, but in the end it, you know, I got to choose more, so, Did I move, or is it just brighter in my room? I did not move. I don't think my setup has changed in a while. The only thing that you can see is my, like, piano box in the back that I still haven't opened, but I think I can open it now. Haru seems like he's chilling in my room, so I feel like it's safe to do so. It seems pretty bright today. That's probably because I turned on my light in the back. I feel like it was pretty bright if I have my light on in the back, but if it's not, it's freaking dark in my room. But how I usually... If you guys want to know how I usually look like in my room, it looks like this. I will give you an example. I don't have my lights on when I'm on the computer usually. This is how usually how dark it is in my room when I'm on the PC. Sometimes it has to be like really dark at night, and my light's usually like this low, so I I play in the dark like this for the most part. Sometimes is it not good for you? That is false. Or like it doesn't really have like a connection. I don't like study on it. Oh, the lights are on for streaming, yes. Or sometimes I'm like I'm in utter darkness until like I'm like, I should turn the light on in my room, and I'm like, yeah, I'll turn on my desk light. So yeah. Okay, let me go turn my light back on since it's so dark in my room without lights. And I can put this bowl away. For the 3 months, nice. Thank you. Looks like a good atmosphere for horror games. Yeah, I guess. But I mean, I don't really play horror games myself, so or like, I guess all the horror games are in first person usually, so it's hard to play. What's in the box back here? This one? This is the piano. Or the keyboard. Yeah. But I mean, I haven't unboxed it because I didn't want to take up Haru's space. But I think I can set up now because, you know, he'll be whatever about it. I've seen a couple of people play Little Nightmares too, but I don't know if I would play it myself. Oh, I don't really have much piano experience, trust me. I mean, I just decided to play it or get one so I can, you know, what do you call it? So I can learn again. I played for like a year or two, I think. What song am I interested in learning? Actually, let me see if I have it bookmarked. One of my favorite songs. Let's see. Am I still playing Theory? No. Howl's Moving Castle song? I do like that song, but no, I'm talking about like a piano. I'm talking about like it's a Chopin piece actually that I really wanted to learn. But it's really difficult, or like, you know, it's pretty fast. Oh, like, yes, like classical. I think it might be Waltz in Waltz in C sharp minor, maybe? Like there's just like one part of the piece that I just really like. But yeah, I've always wanted to learn that specific piece. I don't know if I can or if I will. I will try, but it will probably sound extremely sloppy. Hot cross buns, yes, hot cross buns. Can we listen to it on stream? You think I'll get DMCA for playing classical music? Dude, what if I get DMCA for playing Chopin? You think that would happen? by job and entertainment. This is a serious question. Like, do you think? I mean, like, I'll play it for you guys. I just, what if? Subway or Burger King quick? I don't really like both of those choices much, but yeah, I would say none if I could. Don't risk it. Yeah, I mean, I would play it for you guys, but like, what if someone strikes me for playing their uploaded version? I don't know, man. What about playing drum covers? I could. But I mean, I don't have a drum set right now. Did I dye my hair? I did. So I did want to go silver. Or I was thinking about it, but I don't know if I want to do it anymore. I kind of want to go back to dark hair, if anything. I feel like I can... Yeah, I don't know what it is. You know, I don't know much of the rules when it comes to, like, covers or, like, songs. Because I know, like, you can't sing songs, or, like, you can get striked if you sing songs on stream or something like that. I'm not exactly sure. I mean, I would get a drum set, but I just don't have enough space for it, and I have a piano. Like, you know, I already got a keyboard, so I might as well, you know, put some time into that first before getting a drum set anyway. You don't need space, you just need passion. Well, tell that to my apartment space. I think I need space to play, so I don't think I could play cramped up in the little corner. Get my own place. Well, if it were that easy, I definitely would. I would for sure. If I could get my own space without, you know, not much of a worry, I definitely would. But yeah. Just don't be poor, yeah. Just toss my bed. Honestly, for a really long time, I like sleeping on the floor. I don't know about you guys, but I enjoy sleeping on the floor. Like, I think it helps my posture, like my back. It just feels so much better when I'm laying on the floor. I really wanted to get rid of my bed frame, but I feel like it's such a hassle. So I would love to do it, but it would be an annoying process for sure. Sleeping on the floor just feels so nice. I have the AT2035 as a microphone. Get it to Tommy, dude. I would join her if I could. You sleep on your side, so sleeping on the floor sounds painful. I sleep on my side a lot too, but I feel like when I'm laying on the floor, it just feels good to lay on my back. Because when I'm laying in my bed and I lay on my back, it feels really uncomfortable. But when I'm on the floor, it feels really nice. So I mean, I usually sleep on my side when I'm laying in bed. But when I'm laying on the floor, I like sleeping on my back. Any stomach sleepers? I sleep on my stomach. Yeah, I just do like the whole world tour of sleeping poses until I get comfortable. Maybe I need a new bed with a firmer mattress. I'm too lazy to look up that kind of thing. I mean, in the long run, it's probably very good for you, but I'm just like, I don't know. Futon. I don't mind sleeping on a futon. Orthopedic is the way. If I could replace my bed in a flash, I definitely would, but it's also part of me being lazy and not wanting to replace it, so. I'm more of like a, you know, if it's not broken or, you know, it's not causing that many issues, I'm not gonna replace it until I have to, so. Probably never will unless if I move. If it isn't broken, it's still working. That's my motto, at least. I use anything up until I literally cannot use it anymore, and then I look to replace it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Exactly. My keyboard is fine, and my mouse. Honestly, my peripherals are pretty good. I mean, the only time my keyboard has... What was it? The only times I actually had to replace my keyboard is because it kept double pressing a key, or like the keys were actually broken, so. But that was like a while ago. You've had soles in your work boots separating. Oh my goodness. I mean, like, yeah, once my shoes are starting to like not look too hot, I probably won't wear them anymore, but yeah. Ever smashed my keyboard before? No. I've never like okay. The things that I do if I'm annoyed or ticked off in game. Okay, say I'm playing like League of Legends. I spam alt tab, or I'm spamming tab, or yeah, I usually spam tab a lot if I'm just like something happens and I'm just like spamming tab constantly because I'm just like this shouldn't have happened, or like something went wrong. I'm just like mildly annoyed. You could probably just hear me like spamming tab. I flame my teammates? No, I don't flame my teammates. I think for the most part, I get aggressive if someone says something to me first, and then I talk back, and then I'm just like, I have some attitude, definitely. Like, if I don't agree with something, or like, I'll have some attitude back to you. Dude, I don't remember the last time I... Actually, I played solo queue yesterday. Was it yesterday or was it the day before? Honestly, like, my days are all blurred together. But there's this one person on my team, and, you know, like, he was jungling or whatever, and he was just, like, raging at everyone possible, like, in our game, on our team. Because it's, like, this dude's ego is so massive for, like, not being good, but he, like, thinks he's good, you know? Like, if I look at, like, his gameplay, look at his profile, everything, like, I can tell you are not a person of such of, like, a caliber to be egoing on everyone in the team, you know? So I'm just like, I think what I say, I mean, I usually, like, I don't say anything unless they say something first, but this guy was just like spam pinging, like, just being really, like, negative, toxic, whatever. What game was this? It was League of Legends. I was doing with my friend, and it was a solo queue game. And then I was just like, and I'll never play again. No, I'll play, but I was just like, wow, dude, you're really good. Like, I think you should go to scouting grounds. Like, you're so talented. Like, I don't just say, like, I don't know. Like, it's just like, and he got so, like, he got so mad because, like, obviously I'm being sarcastic, and he added me after the game, and he was just like fuming, and yeah, I'm just more of like, I don't think I really say mean things. I just say something like really sarcastically, like, yeah, dude, like, you're really good. I accepted his ad. Yeah, I was like, I was talking to my friend that I was doing with, and I was like, hey, this guy added me, like, you think he has something to say? And he was like, yeah, probably. And I was like, I was like, I kind of want to see what he has to say. And he was like, yeah, you should. Like, sometimes it's funny. I'm like, okay. And I wanted to see what was up. And he was just fuming. And then he was like, what'd I say? I was like, you know, you're really good. But I think if you want to win, maybe you should play Garen. Like, it seems like you have a pretty good win rate on that champion. But when you jungle, it seems like your match history's a little red. And then he was like, yeah, like, Garen is too boring, like, Viego is so fun, like, that's why I'm playing him. And I was like, yeah, that's good. No, not jungle. He's not playing jungle Garen, but he played, like, he just has, like, the highest win rate on Garen top. I was like, maybe you should stick with, like, what you're winning with. And, you know, there might be a reason why, like, your match history's, like, looks like a Rumble ult when you're playing jungle. Maybe. And, like, it might be, like, a bit of... And then the funny thing is, the next game he played Garen. Even though he said Garen was boring, he was like, I need to go win. So he went to go play some Garen. But yeah, I mean... I don't think he's changed, but... At least he's probably doing better for his next teammates playing the champion that he wins on, rather than griefing his own team and making himself rage and making everyone else rage. Because everyone on our team was just like, yeah, just report this guy and move on. And they were just mad at him, but... Be the change you want to see in the world. Yeah, I mean... Like, when people are like that, there's no point in, like... trying to argue back or, like, sass back. I think it's just... I think it's satisfying to get a response out of them. By being extremely sarcastic, and then that makes them tick, and then they just want to, like, be really mad. But in the end, you're winning because you made them mad. I should be a coach with that kind of criticism. I don't think I'd be a good coach. I don't think I'd ever want to be one. Do you know how much pressure coaches have? And then, like, if anything, you know, like, whenever I watch games, people are like, oh, draft gap, coach gap, you know? And then it's just like, It would feel really bad to be a coach. I wouldn't wake up on time? Probably true. Actually, no. I mean, I wake up for things that I have to do, but I wouldn't have a good sleeping schedule. Hey, you're doing well. Have you heard of my Rumble? Yeah, like, whenever someone's match history is really red, my friends just say that they have a Rumble ult in their match history, and I think it's the funniest thing ever. They have a favorite team to watch? Not currently. I mean, I just watch, like, some teams that I'm, like, some players I'm a fan of. Like, I'll watch the T1 games. I always like the T1 players. I'll watch, like, you know, a bunch of LCK games. Like, last night I watched the last series, which was HLE versus DK. I'll watch, like, those games, but... And I tune into a couple of LCS games, but it depends on, like, who's playing. I did not see the new WoW cinematic. There's a new WoW cinematic? As someone who doesn't play League, the game is legitimately impossible to watch. I definitely think there are a lot of things to look at in League, and if you don't know anything about it, it's pretty confusing. I agree. It was a good series. It was a freaking... that series last night was super bloody, or it was wild. Like, every team fight was so close. It was kind of crazy. Yeah, at least League, there's, like, slow building sometimes, but then, like, yeah, I think Overwatch is probably one of, like, the worst games as a spectator, because you're just like, dude, what is going on? Like, it's so crazy. It's like everything's all over the place, and Yeah. And especially when they have like those really troll like overviews, like the top-down view of like the Overwatch players thing. I'm like, I don't know what this is trying to show me. Like, that's great and all, but yeah, I mean, it's pretty hard as a spectator, I think, for Overwatch if you don't know what's going on. What do I think of Valorant? I think Valorant's fine as a spectator. I feel like CSGO, like, tactical shooters, they're pretty easy to spectate because, like, it's pretty easy to see someone clutching. It's pretty, like, straightforward-ish. But I guess with Valorant, it's more, there's also, like, usage of abilities. But, like, CSGO, I think what makes CSGO so popular, and it's still popular to this day, is just, it's such an easy game to spectate. Like, you don't really need to have much knowledge of the game at all to watch it and see, like, to realize, like, yeah, this person popped off right here, you know? You find Valorant boring? I mean, everyone has their own likes, so if it's not exactly your cup of tea, that's fine. I think Valorant is... I like watching it sometimes, but I won't watch it all the time. I like watching my friends play. I don't think I watch... I like watching highlights of competitive or like tournaments, and I'm like, wow, this guy popped off. But other than that, I don't really watch it usually. Did you ever watch StarCraft back in the day? I watched a little bit of Pro StarCraft every now and then, but I don't think I was very big on it. VR games end up with people just camping. I guess. I mean, that's kind of like how VR games are. Like, getting third-partied in a VR game just really sucks, and it gets really chaotic. So it's like a lot of strategic, like being in a certain specific area and fighting at the times that you need to. Did I watch the new Jujutsu episode? No, I did not. Your experience with Apex all the time? Yeah, Apex is just, especially on like Kings Canyon. Kings Canyon is a pretty small map, I feel like, so it's really easy to get third-partied like really fast. Not even like third-party, it's like fourth-party, fifth-party, like everyone's just like trickling in because they want some of the action. They're like, oh yo, there's a fight going on, we can third-party, and they're like, oh my goodness. And then like people from like a little bit further are like, yeah, they're thinking the same thing, so just it gets pretty chaotic. But it's fun. I do like the chaos in Apex a lot. Like, there's an adrenaline rush for sure. And I like that about games. What's my #1 tip for who's starting PoE? Follow a guide. Follow a build. That would probably help you a lot. And probably look up a guide on how to level. Because there's a lot of things that you can skip over. There's a lot of things that you'll have to learn over time, like gearing yourself, things like that, your reses, everything, damage. But if you follow someone's guide, it will probably make your experience a lot better with learning PoE. A leveling guide isn't too important for the first... I think if I were to like give advice to myself, like if I never played PoE ever, I would probably go through a leveling guide because it's just more useful in the future too. Because like if you're gonna keep playing it, then you just know like where to go, where to be, where your passive points are, or like what quests that you have to do and what you don't have to do that's required. It's just easier to learn from the get-go, and then you don't have to, you know, spend so much time on it later on. But yeah, I think looking up a build and like seeing what you... Make sure the build that you pick out isn't a very expensive build. Like if it's like a super expensive build, you probably can't play that build until you make some currency, so yeah. Well, yeah, if you actually would want to learn about the PoE lore and story and things like that, then yeah, you don't need a leveling guide at all, I guess. Like if you just want to actually get into the game and like learn about which I don't have I don't really know much about the PoE lore. Like I know a little bit of it, but not too much, I would say. But yeah. I've heard this story is very good though. You're trying to make I Shot Deadeye and you've sunk in like 100x. Honestly, that's not too bad, I think. How to tip for starting League? League of Legends? Or you mean like a PoE League? I mean, if you want tips about those, like, there's so many Path of Exile like content creators that have like so many useful, like Grimro is really helpful, and Path of Math and Zizarin. I feel like those three are like the Path of Exile content creators that I've seen the most on YouTube. Tips for League of Legends. Play with friends. I think it'd be a good time playing with friends on League. Path of Math and Grimro would be a little confusing for beginners. No, Path of Math has like a... He has like a beginner series now. Zizarin has like freaking, what is it, like a PoE University or something. So Zizarin like legitimately gives you the rundown of everything if you want. But yeah, Path of Math and Grimro are really good for like if you want to make some currency, or yeah, honestly just like money making and like tips and tricks on doing like juice maps, or like what's the most viable or lucrative thing to do at the moment. Yeah, Path of Math has a series where it's just like I don't know, it's like videos on like maybe mistakes like beginners do, or like things that you should do, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Hi Turtle. Would I ever try Dota? No, I don't think I would. Did I see the Post Malone Pokemon thing? I've heard. A couple of people have brought the news upon me, actually. So, I'm interested to see what it's about. When I watch a Dota 2 Netflix... There's a Dota 2 Netflix thing? I don't know. Did I get Happy Meal packs? I did. I'm pretty sure my brother ordered, like... he's definitely ordered over 11 Happy Meals throughout, like, a week or something. So, maybe more than 11. There's a trailer out for it now. I don't know if I'm particularly interested in checking it out, but, you know, if it ever comes on my feed, maybe. What if you don't have friends that play League of Legends? Well, there are always nice people on the internet that are willing to play, but I mean, honestly, I mean, I don't know how it is now, but like a lot of people make Smurfs in League of Legends, so like some of them could just be really mean to new players, or they could just straight up like bully you. Not in League of Legends. Okay, sometimes you guys, like, sometimes my friends browse like Reddit. I don't really browse Reddit, but like sometimes I watch them browse Reddit, and they're like browsing like new, or they'll like link like a really troll post, and it's like, I don't know, someone's just posting on League of Legends Reddit like, hi, I am a like this like a new player looking for friend. Like, there's always people that are like looking to play with others. that's not a lie. Like, I think for any game, there's always people, or like some part of the community will help you find others to play with. Do they get memed on by Reddit? Yeah, some of them do in the comments. I mean, honestly, there's probably like Discords or something like at this point where people would be, you know, like looking for people to play with. Yeah, I mean, that's why I just say it's troll or funny because, you know, I don't know. I mean, this is why I don't browse Reddit, because I feel like Reddit's kind of like, when I did check it for a little bit, it's like the same. I see like the same thing over and over again. I'm like, okay, like it's not that interesting, so I don't really browse it. And then like some people, like the comments that I read sometimes, I'm just like, oh, like the Pokemon Reddit. I'm like, that's I don't check that one because that gives me a headache. Yeah, the PoE subreddit, I think it's pretty nice. Or like I see someone's insane luck and I'm like, wow. But yeah, but mostly I don't really browse for games. Thank you for the 18 months Noctis. Thank you. Yeah, I'm not a fan of going on the site too much, but I usually use it when I'm on PoE because I want to see like if anyone has found out something about the league, or you know, they have like insane luck, like seeing someone get a mirror in their ritual in PoE. Well, that's pretty crazy. But yeah. Well, not making money, but if they figured out like I don't know, some sort of thing that you can do. It's kind of cool. YouTube comments are probably like like one of the worst comment sections I've ever read, for the most part. Or like I'm just like, why? Well, I mean, it depends on what kind of video you're watching. I mean, if it's for supporting someone, it's good. I like those. They're very supportive and nice. But if it's like, I don't know, sometimes they're like so demanding, or like I don't know. Some of them are just like memes, but they're like really outdated ones, you know? Or like, who's here in 2021? I'm like, okay, that's cool. I mean, but that's usually for like music, but yeah. Thank you for the 23 months, Scary. Thank you. I don't think I've ever downvoted anything on YouTube in my life. If I don't like something, then I just pretend like I didn't see it. But if I like something, I will give it a thumbs up. I don't think I've ever liked or disliked a comment, but I've liked videos. You didn't even know you could downvote on YouTube? Yeah, I mean, you can dislike videos, or like videos, or dislike comments, but I've only liked videos, but I've never done anything with comments. I just kind of like read through them sometimes. Thank you for the 2 months, RoboPG. Thank you. And thank you for the 2 months, Glitch. Thank you. If I see another... I've never seen that comment in my life, so I don't know what kind of YouTube videos you're watching, but I've never seen that in the comment section. That's a very old one. I've never seen that one in my life, and I've been I browse YouTube, but maybe it's just not the type of YouTube videos you watch. I'm gonna upload the Q&A to YouTube. Yes, I will eventually do that, you know, when I... You know what? I'm gonna wake up one morning this week and just do it. Except, you know, it's just so awkward. Like I talked about this before, but it's so awkward starting a video. Like there's like just some sort of awkwardness, like when you hit that record button, you're just like, "Hey guys." Yo, what's up YouTube? It's me back again with another video. At this time we're doing my Q&A. No, I don't think I could ever do that. But actually, you know who does that a lot? Like, yo, what's up guys? Grimro does that a lot. He's like, yo, what's up guys? And then he's like, but he's always like very energetic, and I enjoy his videos. He's very helpful. Yo, what's if I Grimro here? Yeah. I mean, I think I would just be like, I would probably just be like, hey guys, I'm about to do my Q&A. Here we go. I would just probably jump straight to it because there's really nothing to say at the beginning of a video. Just have no intro and immediately start answering questions. I also could do that too, but it would be a little weird. Well, I mean, yeah, if they're used to like recording videos rather than like live streaming, I would understand that. But live streaming just feels more, it's just more natural. I mean, it is natural because, you know, like everything is happening in this moment. Oh, I'm definitely not going to put in like any sort of like, if it's gonna be awkward, it's gonna be awkward. I'm not doing second takes. Like, it's gonna be done in one go, and that's about it. Unless if I like randomly have to go to the bathroom in the middle of it, then it might take 2 takes, you know. But yeah. What if I do it in stream and put that into YouTube? Nah, I'll do it. It'll be it'll be an experience. Actually, you know what I did recently? I downloaded a video editing program because I was like, you know, it'd be cool to make montages of people's gameplay. So I started learning about that, and I made like a very short clip. I mean, it doesn't look cool or anything, but I was like, I understand how to do this now. It's a bit of effort, but it's pretty cool. So I thought that was something useful to learn at least. Yo, I got some montage clips, dude. Kent, send me your best clips. I'll make a Kentwood Taj. Kent Taj. But I don't know if it's gonna be good. Thank you for gifting a sub to Kent. Ryan, thank you. I learned how to color. I think I would be really good at color grading videos. Or I enjoyed doing that in my short, like, hour session of trying to mess around in a video editing program. I don't have any montageable clips, so that's the bad part. So I need someone else's clips, not mine. I also don't record my gameplay, so there's just none to be found. Did you need a color calibrated? No, color grading is just like coloring your videos, I guess. But I mean, I just enjoy the look of that. Can you get a bot if you stream a game? Yeah, but like, you know those really like nice, like high definition looking, like, you know who makes really good League montages? It's some Korean guy, or like the YouTube channel's in Korean. And like the game looks so smooth when he makes his montages. It looks really good. It's so high quality. Shake Drizzle. Oh yeah, yeah, Shake Drizzle. That was back in like 2014. Yeah, for like yeah, a lot of it for like Korean pros and solo queue or something like that, or like plays from competitive games. I haven't heard that name in so long, actually. It's so funny. Yeah. Or like sometimes I've watched montages of like, oh, I watched this guy. He's a Korean Jet player, and dude, he's so insane. Like he makes Jet. He looks like he's playing Overwatch, not Valorant. Like his 180s are so crazy, and his Jet right clicks are so insane. Like he just looks like he's playing Genji on Valorant, and it's so nutty. Yeah, it's that guy. Like his Jet is so crazy, or like the way he uses ult. I'm like, yeah, this is a montage. This is a montage player. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't played Valorant in like 9 trillion years. I only played during beta, so I don't know what it's like. Did I play Monster Hunter? No. I tried playing for like an hour and then never got back to it. But yeah, you know, being good at FPS is pretty cool, man. So many montage moments you can make. Thanks, K-Deuces. Do I play Cyberpunk? No. Have I played Hades? No. I've watched people. I've watched a good amount of people play Hades, and it looks like a really fun game. I love the art style. The gameplay looks really fun. I do like the boons and being able to pick like different things. But oh, I never played it myself. So many voice lines. Yeah, that too. I forgot. There's a ton in there. You wish you were good at FPS? Well, you could just get started now, man. Like, the world is your oyster. I mean, you know, some people have had a head start and, you know, have been playing ever since they were really young, but there's no limits, or like, just because, you know, you're not good now doesn't mean that you can't be better later, so might as well just start if you want to be good at it. You wish you bought it for the Switch rather than the PC? How come? It is coming out on the it is coming out on the Switch, or it did already? Am I ever gonna play a Lost Ark if it comes out? Probably not. I saw that. I was really excited for it like 4 years ago, probably, when I first heard of it, but kind of forgot it, or like I don't really care for it much. Hi, Mike. Did I already finish my Pokemon Snap playthrough? Yes. Well, I kind of got gated at the last Pokemon Snap thing because my version didn't let me take pictures of something that I needed to unlock. So we got kind of, yeah, we got gated from finishing the game, so I went as far as I could go. You know? Yeah, it's good enough. It's on both already. I see. Surprised I got that far? Honestly, yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah, you know, handling it with not a controller did not feel that nice. It felt really wonky. Glad it was just more than demo version. Yes, dude, like, downloading that demo version was probably the most troll thing that's ever happened to me in a long time. You'd rather have a Switch to play it on the go, like in the car waiting somewhere. You'd rather play or PoE on the PC instead. Yeah, that's a fair reason. Every game I play is a demo. Kinda. I usually play it for like a couple hours and I'm like, maybe I don't like it, but unless if it's a PC game that I've been playing for a while. Did I ever play Detective? There's a game? I know there's a movie, but I did not know there's a game if there's a game. And if there was a game, I would not play it either. Yeah, I like playing the mainline games. It's not very often where I play like the side games. I'm not if you know me, then you know my stance on Detective Pikachu and how I feel about it. Did I play Mystery Dungeon? No. I played like a little bit of it on my cousin's DS, but I never owned it myself. What was my stance? I just really didn't like how the movie looked, so I refuse to watch it, that's all. It's not like... Yeah. Binding of Isaac. That was really popular, like... 8 years ago, I feel like. Yeah, I know they have personality tests for Mystery Dungeons. I've definitely done it, like once or twice on my cousin's Mystery Dungeon. I remember, like, okay, back when, like, streaming first started, or I feel like, not first started, but, like, when Twitch was just starting up, like, a lot of players would play Binding of Isaac in queue when they're, like, in queue for League. I feel like, yeah, I saw it pretty often. Very, very, very long time ago. Is streaming right now. How'd I meet everyone? I think usually just through Twitter, and then like sometimes I would see them in person, like if I visited some places or if we happened to be in the same area. It just happened to happen, I feel like. Do I plan on moving to LA? No. I don't think LA is much of like my taste when it comes to just like the environment. I like more quieter places. I think it's fun to visit and like visit my friends, but that's not somewhere I would want to live. I'm not much of a city person. And I'm not much of like a... I don't like the heat. I'm not a fan. So I would want to move somewhere a little bit colder. So, yeah. I mean, Yeah, I don't know. And it's also expensive. Like, there are like other places I could live where I'd be like happier with like the environment, everything, like different types of weather, you know, like not super expensive housing, and yeah, I don't know, just it's a nice place to visit, but it's not somewhere I'd like to stay like for a very long time. Yeah, I always liked Washington, or like I visited Washington a couple of times and it's pretty nice, but it's also a little bit expensive up there too. So if I had to pay, you know, like I would live up there rather than down there. So yeah. You know, this is a song I always skip because like the beginning is so like it's so intense, but then like later on it gets very like more peppy. Cause I like Marnie's battle music, but like the beginning is just like this intense guitar riff. I would not want to live in Texas. I don't think that's also. If anywhere, I would want to move to Washington, but we'll see about that. I was actually thinking about moving, or like last year, I was thinking about moving this year, but then you know, like things have happened, things have changed, or like you know, so maybe that wouldn't happen until like next year. We'll see though. We'll see where life takes me. Oh yeah, and what it's like in Texas right now. But I mean, it's just too hot, and yeah, I don't know. I mean, I want some. I want a cooler place. Would I ever move outside of the U.S.? Honestly, I would want to live in like Japan or Korea for like a year if I could. I mean, that probably won't be until like a little bit later in my life, but I think it'd be pretty relaxing. But I think that wouldn't be until like, yeah, a bit later. I feel like after I've accomplished more things, then maybe I could do something like that. Thank you for the Southwest Prime juice boxing. Thank you, thank you. Korea time. I mean, yeah, I could always live in Korea if I wanted to, but I just want to live. I don't know. I think, but the thing is, like, I have to be past like my gaming phase if I ever get past it anyway. Cause like, if I live far away, or if I live in like Japan or Korea, then how am I supposed to game with my friends? Cause I'm gonna have like super high ping if I ever do want to play with them. So have them move too. True, yeah. You know, honestly, yeah, we could just all move. I know they definitely would not, but yeah, I think that's not like that's like my first worry. It's not even like, dude, like how will I adjust to like, you know, a different environment, or like, you know, learn the language, or like, you know, like, or you know, like something like that. I'm just like, what about my game time with my friends? My ping. That's the first thing I worry about, or that comes to mind when I think about moving out of the States. Yeah. Big priorities. I'm never getting over my game face. That's very true. I don't think I would. Why don't I never said I wanted to move out, but I mean, it would just be a nice experience to, you know, travel somewhere else for a while. I feel like just a different environment to be in. I play together nowadays? Just probably mainly just League and then Apex here and there. I visit New York, yes I have. You're 35 and you still game every day? Well, you know, that's great, honestly. I see myself being in the same position as you are. It's just too fun. I need to sneeze. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sneeze into hand. No, there's nothing on my hand. Do you see? When I sneeze, I don't sneeze like... I don't like... nothing comes out when I sneeze. You can see it? Oh yeah. Gross, huh? But yeah. Yeah, I don't like... Yeah. Lately, I feel like it's just hard for me to find words. When I try to like say something, someone asks me a question, I'm just like, I don't know. They talk about the direct. I haven't even watched direct myself, so yeah, I'd have nothing to talk about. Words are hard. It's easy to type for me, but like speaking outwardly, it's just a little hard for me to find words. I feel like I need some time to think about what I have to say. Thank you for the sub with Prime. Excellent. Thank you. Yeah, I have brain lag. But you know, I think, yeah, my vocabulary has just decreased quite a bit with the amount of, I don't know, the things that my friends usually say. It's not, I don't know, it's definitely not the most ideal. Yeah, it's like Twitch chat vocabulary and just like using like the same word to describe a massive amount of things. It's just now the way I think or how I say things to people, it's watered down quite a bit. You know, if I have to type to someone, it's usually not bad, but if I have to like speak out, it'll definitely sound a bit less yeah. You used Pog on a non-Twitch client, you were quite embarrassed. You know, they probably will figure out what that means sooner or later. But yeah, using client is a little alarming in a sense. Usually when I'm on the PC, I just like playing PC games, so like League or like some sort of FPS game if I'm into one right now, into one at the moment. But I really like Apex. I mean, I played WoW for a little bit. League has to be my like longest streak of like a PC game ever. But yeah, I'm gonna look for someone to host because I'm all talked out, but I will stream the rest of Crystal next time I stream, which I hope is tomorrow or something, because you know, I was thinking about it and I really don't, or like Streaming helps me keep a schedule, so I feel like I should be streaming. It makes me feel more productive in the day, and that I have a schedule, and I'm like doing things, so it makes me feel productive and things like that. So I will try my best. But yeah, I took like a nice week off to kind of mentally put myself together every now and then. So thank you guys for you know, sticking around even though I take breaks sometimes without really saying much. Oh my god. And we'll get Crobat next time, I hope. But I'm streaming right now. I'm going to go raid Arya. I hope she's streaming. I think she's still streaming. I mean, it says she's playing board games, so I hope you guys have a lot of fun over at Arya's stream. And please say hi to her. And be nice, you know? I'm pretty sure all of you guys are nice, but still. I will be seeing what you're saying, and it better be a hello and something really friendly and nice. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. I really appreciate it. Next time, I'll probably just be finishing Pokemon Crystal. So yeah, see you hopefully tomorrow, but if not tomorrow, I will try to do it the day after.